Hey there, and welcome to this episode of Consciousness Empowerment. Here we talk about consciousness, the law of attraction, and how to reach your fucking dreams. All right, welcome. Welcome to this episode. If you're new here, welcome. So, a little bit about myself. I've manifested a few things through imagination. I don't want to say big, but one of them is going to UCLA after I got out of prison. I did not have a high school education. This is what shocks a lot of people. And I got 2 degrees from UCLA, bachelor's and a master's degree. I could have got a PhD, but I got denied 2 times when I applied. But I had already achieved my goal, right? I had already achieved my vision, what I was visualizing years before. Okay. Now, before we move forward, before we move on to reviewing The Power of Assumption by Neville Goddard, The Power of Awareness. The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. And I'm reviewing chapter 7, Attitude. Okay, before we move forward, you have to tell yourself, you need to make the choice that you're going to be the highest version of yourself. Okay, you're not going to settle. Okay, you're not going to settle for the basic package. You're going to aim towards the premium version of yourself. Okay, the best fucking version of yourself. If you're thinking that this person or society or that institution is not going to help you, or is not going to, not that, they're going to, take away something from you, or they're going to judge you, then you're not ready, because everything comes from within. Okay? So now you're going to be the highest version of yourself. That's why you're here. If you're not, don't watch this. And number 2, you're ready to learn and apply. Okay? You're ready to learn and apply. I only have the best fucking interests for you, okay? Because I'm telling you right now, everything that you want and need first comes from within, not from me, not from somebody else. If anybody tells you, oh, you need to have me help you, like, no, a real master, a real teacher who's bestowing wisdom upon you tells you that everything is within. Okay. All right. So let's get to it now that you're ready to be the highest version of yourself and you're ready to learn and apply. I'm going to go over 3 things from this chapter. Go over a quote. It's going to be a challenging quote. It's going to be a little, okay, that's why I'm going to share it with you, because when something challenges you, it's because it's going to help you grow. It's like when you're lifting weights, something really heavy, and it hurts, making you stronger, making your bones and ligaments and muscles stronger. Then I'm going to go over the concept of the main idea of the chapter, which is that your assumptions create your physical reality. Okay, your assumptions, what you assume to be true, and then how to apply it. All right. So the quote is, starting off, quote, "It is the exact and literal minded who live in a fictitious world." The Hindus call it Maya. I call it the illusion. Well, yeah, Maya, they call it illusion. This is an illusion. Why? Because the moment you start visualizing something else, it changes, okay? It fucking changes. I'm gonna go back to the incarceration one. I'm gonna start before, all right? When I was younger, I had different beliefs. I believed if I can take it from you, I would, okay? Because survival of the fittest, right? Lions eat gazelles. I'm like, all right, cool. But when you do things wrongly, not according to nature doesn't want you to rob people and hurt people. It wants you to grow and give back and help others, okay? Because if you do it the wrong way, you steal money from others, for example, or you harm people, the universe can come back and give that to you, Okay, what you put out, you get back. And so I had those thoughts. And then I got incarcerated and I had the thoughts, okay, I want to be good. I want to do something good. And I'm going to commit my life to it, right? So I'm going to take action on it. Commitment means I'm going to plan my life for that. So that initial decision and those initial thoughts and decision to become good and do something good, which was go to university, changed my life. It changed my circumstance. All happened because of here. Okay? All because of here. Yeah, I didn't have a high school education. The last time I paid attention was like in 7th grade. So I had years of not being educated, and I'm like, I didn't have any doubts. No doubts. Why? Because if I doubted, that means I would come back to prison and possibly maybe die. It's dangerous in there. People getting stabbed, people getting jumped, there's riots, all kinds of stuff. And if it pops off with your race, with another race, you gotta get down, you know, or the COs, the cops, you gotta get down. And a lot of bad things are a result of violence, you know, death ultimately. But that's the thoughts that the negative thoughts, actions, and consequences brought me there. And so I changed those thoughts, actions, and my consequences were university, paid for, living in the dorms, food, you know, books paid for. All right. Can't have doubts. But sometimes when you're in such a negative position, it helps you not have those doubts, because the end result of staying in the negative position is usually death. All right. And we want to live. It's in our inherent self, in spirit and in body. We want to live. We want to grow. We want to expand. We want to experience. All right. So I hope you understood that. It is the exact and literal minded who live in a fictitious world. Okay. Imagination creates fucking reality, your consciousness and your mind. Now, I'm gonna go over the beginning of the chapter. There's a quote I want to share. Kind of encapsulates what's gonna be said here. All right. This is from Neville Goddard. Quote, experiments recently conducted by Merle Lawrence at Princeton and Adelbert Ames at Dartmouth in the latter's psychology laboratory at Hanover, NH, New Hampshire, prove that what you see when you look at something depends not so much on what is there as on the assumption you make when you look. Since what we believe to be the real physical world is actually only an assumptive world, it is not surprising that these experiments prove that what appears to be solid reality is actually the result of expectations or assumptions. Okay. I like what Bob Proctor taught me in his programs. He proves this as well in different words. That's why it's good to learn from different areas. Always be learning and growing and applying. He would put two photos, okay? Two photos, and he would say, okay, what is this, right? Let's say this is a black hand. What is this, but kind of like smudgy hand? What is this? And then he'll say, do you see a turkey? Right? Because this could be the head of a turkey and this could be the thing, the feathers. Do you see a hand? You know? Some people are going to raise their hand for one of them. Some people are going to raise their hand for the other. You're both right. You're both fucking right, because your perspective creates reality. So in your reality, you're seeing a hand. And somebody else is going to say, oh, I see a turkey, right? And we're pretending that this hand is a picture, like a smudged black hand, right, on a piece of paper. So that's how we see that reality is just our assumption, and everybody's living in a different reality based on their assumptions. You know, they take a test. What is that? What was that on there? Oh, it was a turkey. You know, if they're taking a test. Oh, it was a hen. You know, it just goes to show the difference. Now, he shares a story with us. All right. So I'm gonna share the story. It's about a woman who was complaining about her manager, a costume designer, and she tells Neville Goddard, "Hey, man, this guy's always, you know, saying that he's rude and unfair." All right, to her, and was criticizing her best work. So, and he was deliberately doing this, right? It wasn't like her work was bad. So Neville Goddard tells her, quote, "I told you that the power of this law of assumption and its practical application could be discovered only through experience. And that only by assuming that the situation was already what she wanted it to be, could she prove that she could bring about the change desired." Desired. All right. So this is what she did. And she asked her, quote, "I asked her if it was not true that she talked to him mentally, and if so, what those conversations were like. She confessed that every morning on her way to the theater, she told him just what she thought of him in a way she would never have dared address him in person. The intensity and force of her mental arguments with him automatically establishes behavior towards her." End quote. And now I'm going to continue a little bit more. Quote, "When she realized that what she had been doing, she agreed to change her attitude and to live this law faithfully by assuming her job was highly satisfactory and her relationship with the producer was a happy one." Okay, so she started changing her assumption of her relationship with him. She started assuming a better relationship, and this is how she did it. Quote, "To do this, she agreed that before going to sleep at night, on her way to work, and at other intervals during the day, she would imagine that she had congratulated her on her fine designs, and that she in turn had thanked him for his praise and kindness." She did that, okay? All day long. That's how I manifest sales, okay? That's how I manifest things in my life. Morning, intervals throughout the day, and before bed she did. Okay, she did the imaginal act. It's all an act. Life is all an act. We start acting in our minds, and we start acting in reality. Okay. And here's an awesome quote. "With the passport of desire on the wings of a controlled imagination, she traveled into the future of her predetermined experience." End quote. That's a little poem. I love poems. They're like so like, oh, them, you know, they're profound. The behavior of her employer miraculously reversed itself, his attitude echoing as it had always done that which she had assumed now reflected her changed concept of himself. Okay. So I said what she was assuming in her mind became reality. Because she would come into work assuming, oh yeah, he loves me already, boom. Because she had impressed her subconscious mind, okay? And she did it diligently, morning, midday, and night, okay? With the belief, okay? The belief. The mind, the law of assumption creates reality. And I'm going to end it with this quote. But before I go into ending the quote, you have to impress your subconscious mind. You must set time for this. I do it the moment I wake up. I do it in the middle of the day. I do it before I go to sleep and at intervals throughout the day. So have a goal. What's your main goal? What are you going to commit your life to? When you commit your life to it, you're telling yourself, I'm going to make the plans to get it done. Now it's becoming a reality. You're writing it down. It's already a reality. You're writing it down. You're in the process of it. Life is about the process more than the result. But you need a goal to have a result and a process, okay? You need both of them. Make sure to leave me any questions below. If you want some more tips, anything. Let me know. Where you're from. Let me know what you're working on right now. Maybe I can give you some books on something that can help you. I'm gonna end it with this quote. Thus, we see it is not facts, but that which we create in our imagination, which shapes our lives. For most of the conflicts of the day are due to the want of a little imagination to cast the beam out of our own eye. I'm going to repeat it again. Thus we see it is not facts, but that which we create in our imagination, which shapes our lives. For most of the conflicts of the day are due to the want of a little imagination to cast the beam out of our own eye. So it is not the literal physical things in our lives that create our life. It is our imagination. Okay? And it is a lack of imaginal exercise and practice and rules, okay, that prevent us from creating the life that we want and casting out the bad things in our life. I myself don't have a rule because it's already so ingrained in me. It's kind of like brushing my teeth. Like I don't have a rule. Okay, one of my rules is to brush my teeth. I wake up, visualize. Before I go to bed, visualize. In the middle of the day and throughout the day, I'm just visualizing. And constantly doing the inner work. Something happens, something like kind of shifts me into a negative vibration. I shift it. I do the 15. Now I do the 15-second exercise where I close my eyes. I visualize my baby sister when she was a baby. Now she's around 16, and I see her, me and her. I'm at our apartment. I was 15, 14. I'm dancing with her. I'm singing her favorite song. It's a big world. It's a big, big world. And then she's dancing, and like boom, I'm feeling good. I feel good already. And then I do that for 15 seconds. That's shifting your vibration. Okay? Shifting your vibration. That's how you control your mind. In the previous chapter, it's about attention. So it's very important to control your fucking mind. And that's the best exercise that I have right now. That's the best exercise. Why? Because it works twofold. One, you're controlling your mind. Okay, if you can't hold your mind with the beautiful or the most beautiful or the best moment of your life, you can't hold it for 15 seconds. That means you're not in control of your mind because the other thoughts are controlling you. Things are pushing you out, pushing away from you, controlling your imaginal act. So you do that over and over and over and over and over again every single day. That is a rule for me. It's a rule for me. I have my rules written out. Dang, it's far away right now. I can't even see it, but when I get close to it, to that wall over there, I can see it. That's one of my rules. 15 seconds. Every single day, if I do that 15 seconds every single day for the rest of my life, my focus is going to be on fucking point. Okay? It's going to be on point. Another thing is meditation. Because calmness of mind is control of your mind and your emotions. Because if something loud just happens, boom, and you turn around and you're all scared, you're not controlling your mind. It's okay to turn around and then boom, automatically relaxed. I lick my hand, my fingers, because it makes it snap a little bit louder. Okay, those are the things that I do to control my mind. To control my happiness and contentment, gratitude and appreciation, contentment. And the best thing that gives me fulfillment out of all these things that I just mentioned right now that I do is giving back. Okay, is giving back. And why is this relevant to manifesting your ideal? All right, the best version of yourself. Because the best version of yourself is in a positive vibration. It's at a high vibe. It's not in the negative, depressed vibe. That's for fucking sure. Okay. That's why I do these videos. These videos are bestowing wisdom upon you. And I'm giving back. Okay. This is my way of giving back. Okay. And the better work that I do, the more productive that I am, the more subscribers that I get, the more, money and streams of revenues that I get. It's just the way the law works, okay? The more you do, the more you get. The more you give, the more you get. Okay? So this is the end of this video. These videos have been coming long lately, all right? But it's all to help you. And if this is resonating, this is impacting you, share it with somebody you deeply, deeply love and care about. Okay, so make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's have a conversation. Let me know how we can work together and grow and keep rising and rising and rising and rising. Okay, I love you. Until next time, peace.